As the snow started to fall, people packed into Beantown Coffee House and Cafe in Hampstead, New Hampshire, to hear New Jersey Governor Chris Christie make his last-minute pitch to voters. Kim Crowley was here with her 18-year-old son Jake, who will vote for the first time tomorrow.
I feel really good about it. It's a really special opportunity.
The Crowleys say they're still trying to make up their minds. They saw Jeb Bush yesterday and were in the front row at this morning's Christie event.
And it's a credit to my son that we're actually doing this, so it's had more of an impact on me than I thought it would.
The opportunities available in New Hampshire also attract out-of-staters like Lillian Daigle from Massachusetts.
I think New Hampshire's primaries are an excellent display of what democracy is really about, so feel lucky to be close by.
A lot of Granite State voters are still doing their homework.
I think there's a lot of undecided. I don't want to lie to you about it, but I think like right now I don't know. I'm still thinking.
Jim Graysick came here to ask Governor Christie to clarify something he said in one of the GOP debates about reforming Social Security.
I thought his answer was fantastic. I'm maybe leaning Christie's way a little bit right now. I think his blunt nature and the way he approaches things would probably do us well.
Christie is one of the Republicans whose candidacy could rise or fall based on the results here tomorrow night.
You think tomorrow's make or break for you?
No, I don't think there's anything make or break in life about tomorrow, but it's very important, and I'm going to do very well. So we'll just be talking about South Carolina after tomorrow.
And even the candidates who are near the tops of all the major polls, they still have supporters tonight who are still unsure. At a Hillary Clinton rally earlier today, several voters told us they were making last-minute decisions between Clinton and Bernie Sanders. Anything can happen here in New Hampshire. A lot of that has to do with the state's large number of registered independent voters, and many of them make their decisions based on single issues.
Security is a big thing for me, and I'm going to try to ask him today. I just have a brand new granddaughter, my first one. I want to make sure what he would do to keep her safe, and that's the most important thing for me.
So this is it. Weeks, months of campaigning, spending money, talking about each other, cutting down each other, boosting up each other. It all comes down to tomorrow's primary day voting. Of course, Bernie Sanders expected to win here, and Donald Trump expected to win for the Republicans, but anything can happen. That's the beautiful part of this. Remember, Donald Trump has been ahead in every poll in New Hampshire as well as in Iowa, and he didn't win Iowa, so it will be a fascinating next 30 hours, and we're glad to be here covering it for you. Stick with us. We'll be live tonight at 11 and all through the day tomorrow. For now, reporting to you from a cold, snowy and windy Manchester, New Hampshire, I'm Paul Merrill, WMTW News 8.